close this one. Look, we are live. Look, I know I'm a little early on one of the um, systems, one of the apparatuses that I'm using to go live. I've already went live, but I'm switching over to another live set. So uh, bear with me while I close out this account and go to this account. Hey, this is what time it is. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's get things correct. Okay? You ain't mad at it, are you? Look, this is what time it is. It is the. Hold up, let me get some, let me get some stuff on here, man. I'm finna do some. I'm finna do some. If I just join up. You heard me? Okay. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna act like I ain't been here. Or haven't been here. I ain't been here. Well, that's bad. That is truly some bad birds. I ain't been here. I ain't. Look, let me say this to y'all. Okay? I just do that. Look, this is the Boxers Trainers channel. And good evening. And it is a good evening because we, those that are in the uh, presence of the Creator, right, for blessing us to be here this evening to breathe another day. So give all thanks to the Creator for allowing us to be blessed to witness another day in His namesake. So that being said, that's my familiar uh, catch. That being said, we are having a conversation tonight about a fight that happened earlier between Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis. Right now, there had been some discussions about the the, the, the true nature of who won, who lost. Right, that's boxing, right? Some people think Jack Catterall won, and the judges agreed. Some people think Regis Prograis get enough to win, and the judges disagreed. But at the end of the day, it is time because uh, we happen. Well, I'm going to say because I happen to like Regis Prograis. I like Regis Prograis a lot. I like Regis Prograis a lot because Regis Prograis has never ducked an opponent. Never ducked an opponent. Now that's saying a lot for this era of boxing because it's a lot of ducking going on in business today, right? When I came up, we didn't do no ducking, right? Either you was gonna get in the ring, get your butt kicked, or you was gonna get in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Get your act together and go out there and do a whole bunch of winning, right? That was the nature of what I boxed, right? That's exactly the way we box, right? As opposed to today. If a fighter is of the opinion that he could take a loss at the hands of another boxer, right? He's gonna find an explanation. He's gonna find an explication to get out that fight, right? He's gonna make up some mammoth excuse for why that fight is not gonna be made or can't be made. And I find that to be really, 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 really unsportsmanlike, right? And a lot of these dudes is doing it, even those that say, mind you, that say they the face of boxing. Saul Canelo Alvarez, it has been transparently obvious and clear that transparency rules over Canelo Alvarez when it comes to him making up an excuse. It's transparently clear that Saul Canelo Alvarez continues to duck David Benavidez. No, I mean that's just the nature of boxing today, right? Saul Canelo Alvarez understands the nature of the beast, and the beast being David Benavidez, right? The so-called Mexican mafia, right? Saul Canelo Alvarez obviously is of the heartfelt opinion that he can't beat David Benavidez. Saul Canelo Alvarez has been offered $200 million to fight David Benavidez. Now, I'm just being realistic. I'm just being normal. You know what I mean? Now that's your uh, employment. That's what you do for a living. You fight to get paid for your services. You are a prize fighter, and the prize being the purse. So the purse, in my opinion, right, has to be enough to make sense when it comes to the opponent that I'll take on. Now that's me and my common sense. But Saul Canelo Alvarez is not of the opinion that it would be worth his time to take a loss or a win for that matter to get in the ring with David Benavidez. 200 million guaranteed. We ain't talking about the back end. No, that ain't even been a part of the discussion because David Benavidez has put such a fear. Yeah, I'm calling it like I see it. It's putting such a fear in Saul Canelo Alvarez that 200 million front end, back end, or whatever is not enough in his mind to suffer that loss. Because obviously that's what he believes in his mind is going to transpire. He believes that he cannot whoop David Benavidez. And I am of the opinion uh, of the same. That Saul Canelo Alvarez, bad as he is, cannot compliment with his hands, with his skills, David Benavidez. Now, I'm going somewhere with this, right? But it may take me a minute to get there. But that's okay. Where y'all going? Y'all ain't got nothing to do, right? I ain't got nothing to do. Obviously, I'm here messing with y'all, right? Instead of being in the bed, getting me some sleep or patting on the wife's honey, right? No, I'm not doing it. I'm here talking about something I love just as dear as patting on my wife's honey, right? And that's boxing. You know what I'm saying? I love the sport. I love telling the truth, making a story headline about boxing, right? Contrary to the fact of whether y'all come to my channel or go to one of those channels that are solely and artificially in the business of breaking down the sport of boxing for a dollar bill, right? I mean, it's okay. One day I'll be getting a dollar bill, but that is not the motivating factor in why I get off my butt and get on this podcast and talk boxing. See, everybody can't talk boxing like this, right? With a tempo that only represent the truth. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get on here and say, such and such and such did this and such did that, and animate it, right, a little bit. And true to form, they are going to be in a position where they're getting paid handsomely for their services. But the services that they are rendering aren't real, in my opinion, right? Some of those do. There's a few of them out there that I respect handsomely, right? A few, right? I did have a great amount of respect at one time for Dante boxing, right? But I'm quite sure there is a lot of you guys out there that listen to Dante boxing. And a couple of days ago, Dante Boxing said, if it's anybody that's interested in joining new media, Dante's Boxing Nation, uh, give me uh, some information on uh, who you are, and you must have a compassion. Now, I'm not verbatimly stating what was said, but I am getting to the point of he was inquiring or asking those that had a passion for the sport to email him their information, and he would get back with about a job about interviewing people in oh no, excuse me, interviewing boxers in Texas. That's what the statement was. Now, given the fact that Dante Boxer never reached out and responded to uh, potentially having me being a host for uh, Dante's Boxing in regards to hosting and going to events and interviewing boxers. That's what it was about. But like I said, everybody doesn't represent the truth. Now, whatever Dante Boxer's motive was, I have no idea. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't reach back out to me. So the mind works in a mysterious way, right? When you offend the mind, when you offend the person that represents, especially those that represent the truth, right? You kind of like put yourself in a position, or the mind puts yourself in a position where you start saying, I wonder why he did that. If he wasn't sincere in doing what he uh implied, because that's what it was. He implied that, right? At the end of the day, it was he implied it because he didn't follow through. So again, the mind wanders off into, I wonder why he did that. Hmm. Whether some ulterior motive that uh put him in a position where he thought that that would uh, better his podcast. I don't know what the heck was wrong with Dante Bassi, but it just displeased me 100% because that put him in a category with this pundit that he was not truthful in his assertion about boxing. You can't do that with me because I'm gonna call it on you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am one of the few that do that. Tell the truth. You know that I have absolutely, unequivocally, no explanation when it comes to a liar, a liar. When uh, he says something to me and um, it becomes untrue. I have no inclination whatsoever and have a problem with calling the truth on that sucker. Dante Boxing, you got an X on your name, bro, because you fabricated the truth. Anyway, let's get to some boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be of the opinion that I'm hating, because I don't do no hating. That's a fact. Now, Jack Catterall whooped Regis Prograis tonight. And it whooped him bad, but he beat him, right? Regis Prograis is 35 years of age. He's 5'8" with a 67-inch arm. He's a left-hander. He has 29 wins, 24 by knockout. He has three losses. Three losses. Okay, one was to Devin the Dream Haney. The other one was to Jack Catterall. Hmm. The, the third one escapes me. I'm of the opinion that the third one must have transpired uh, in an earlier part of his career because there was a time when Reach Prograde was taking on big guys and making a big name for himself, right? That's how he got in a position where he was um, showcasing his talents in not exhibition in main events, right? This was a main event. The Devin Haney fight was a main event. Now, the other one that he lost on, I just don't have any information on that. But I'm thinking that maybe that was in like in the early parts of his career. I'm gonna get some information on it because I want to know about this because I do like Regis Prograis, and I do wish well of Regis Prograis, and I should note also that um, Regis Prograis ranked number 7 by the WBO, IBF, and the WBA, right? And I don't know if it would be a good idea if uh, Regis Prograis should consider retiring. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, I'm kind of leaning toward that, but then again, I'm kind of leaning toward a subject that I brought to uh, I spoke on earlier, right, on another podcast, and it was about Sometimes when a boxer is in a slump, Regis Prograis, as is the case with Chris Colbert, is in a slump in their career. Both of them have 3 losses. And when you get to that third loss, right, you got to make some swift decisions, right? Either you get out the game, find something else to do to sustain you for the rest of your life that you enjoy doing, right? I'm quite sure Chris Cook and Regis Prograis enjoy boxing, right? So you try to put yourself in a position where you find something um, equally as desirable that you have to do for the rest of your life, right? So that's where there's a huge question mark when it comes to whether these guys should retire or not. That's a lot. But you got 3 losses on your belt, man, under your belt, man. You got to do one or two things. You got to retire, or you got to figure out why you taking these losses. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, right, I want to get to that as soon as I break down Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall is the man. Actually, Jack Catterall been doing some big fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? He whooped on uh, Jake Taylor, Josh Taylor. He whooped on Josh Taylor and did it in good fashion, right? And they would. I mean, Taylor had a belt when he had that fight, but that wasn't for the belt. Right? I don't know why that wasn't for the village. The reason escapes me, but that's not important. The fact of the matter is that uh, Jack Catterall has been doing some boxing, right? And at present, he's 29 with a 5'10". He's 29 at 5'10" height, 74-inch arm reach, and he's a left-hander. Back that all up. Try this again. Jack Catterall is 31 years of age. He's 5'7" with a 69-inch arm reach. He's a left hand, as is the case with Prograis. He has 39. He has 30 wins, 13 by knockout, one loss. One loss. Never been stopped, no draw. He's ranked number 2 by the WBC and the WBO. Now I don't go, with the WBC and the IBF when the numbers are straddling uh, the best numbers, right? And uh, I feel like they rank number 2 by 2 seconds by. I mean, they still are in a good position to be talking about it. So why talk about the bad stuff when you can talk about the good stuff? In my opinion, that's what I feel like. So, but Jack Catterall is clobbering people left and right, right? And he's a British, and they love him in England. They love him as they do the rest of the Brit boxers. The Brit boxers get a lot of fans, up from the customers in Great Britain. They love these boxers, man. Tyson Fury, they love Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good thing, right? Um, uh, what's that other guy that I like? That's from uh, Australia. Cambosis, George Cambosis Jr. I like George Cambosis Jr. George Cambosis is a true boxer to me, right? I mean, yeah, he got some losses up in his belt late, but you know what I'm saying? George Cambosis represents the true nature of what boxing really is, right? He's a type of boxer that continues to keep marching forward. If he takes a loss, he's coming back. He's going to the drawing board, and you can tell he's coming back by how he comes after he took a loss, right? You know, when he came back before Devin the Dream Haney, after Devin the Dream Haney went undisputed after the loss, as a result of a loss to George Cambosis, right? He came back and looked at, I mean, you could tell he put work in the gym because he wanted that belt back, right? I mean, George Cambosis Jr. is a pundit of boxing. He's a lover of the sport, and I really like George Campbell. Anyway, Jack Catterall, man, got a good career ahead of him, right? And I wish him well. But the subject matter is Regis Prograis. What should we do with Regis? The better question is what should Regis do with himself with those two losses? Now, in my opinion, he ought to strongly consider um, retirement. But if that is something that he can't stomach, he has to do something with the Prograis team. You know what I mean? I've said this earlier today that when a boxer becomes uh, the victim of his own um, inadequacies, meaning he's not winning, he's constantly losing, something is wrong with the loss ratio. And it always has something to do with the team, right? Your training regimen, right? Your training. And the thing about that is, people, a boxer does not want to deal with the fact that he's not getting instructions from his training team that keeps him psychologically and physically capable of continuing to win. That is the problem with most boxers, right? They have a thing about not being able to disassociate themselves with loyalty versus what's in the best interest of their future, right? And sometimes, as is the case, in my opinion, with Regis Prograis, he is being loyal to his team and he's sacrificing loyalty for the loss ratio that he's getting. That's common sense analogy. Regis Prograis, as is the case with Chris Colbert, needs a change in the people that represent him in the gym. It's simple mathematics, people. That being said, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and tell me what y'all think about whether is something wrong with Regis Prograis' team that's putting him in a position where he's no longer winning. And share this video with your friends and relatives. That being said, I'm gone. Oops, I ain't